Hello students. So this is a video for the first class, which is the blinking LED project. In this project we will learn, so the objective of the project is to make an LED blink at regular intervals. What you will learn is you will learn to make basic circuit building and simple coding in the Arduino IDE. So ensure that you have downloaded the Arduino software in your system or the computer to do the coding. The materials you will need is the Arduino board, the USB cable that connects the Arduino board to your system, a breadboard, LED, you can choose any color, resistor, either the 220 or the 330 ohm, and a few jumper wires. Here is the circuit of the project. So you have the LED. We already know that the longer leg of the LED is the positive. So over here, the longer leg is connected to one end of the resistor, and the anode, which is the positive, is always connected to the power. So on your Arduino, it is the 13 volt that we've connected it to. The negative of the LED is connected to the ground pin. So when there is power flow, the power flows through the resistor to the LED, and the LED blinks, and then it passes through the negative and to the ground. Now let's see the logic on how this project works. So first of all, we need to understand that the digital pin is used on the Arduino. Commonly for an LED to be controlled, we use the 13 pin. Also, if you see the behavior of the LED, what it needs to do is it needs to first turn on, and then it needs to wait for a few seconds. For this project's sake, we have taken 1 second, which is nothing but 1000 milliseconds. And then it needs to turn off where the voltage is low, and then again we wait for 1 second. So this entire behavior of the LED needs to happen in a loop, that means forever. This concept in coding is called as loops. Whenever you want a particular instruction to happen indefinitely or repeatedly, we call that as a loop. Here is a flow chart. So you start, we set the start means you give the power, we set the pin to 13 as output, and then the LED turns on, we wait for 1 second, the LED turns off, and then again we wait for 1. Turn off and again wait for 1 second. Now let's see the code part. So I have my Arduino ready. So while coding, the first keywords. Now in coding, we always use keywords, which are nothing but certain words that make sense to the computer to follow certain instructions. Now when we say void, what we mean is there is no return or no value is being returned. To understand this better, let's take examples of few machines, right? Now if you take a coffee machine, the output, or it returns coffee as an output in your hand. Whereas few machines like a switch, when you turn on the light, it has no return, but it just follows a few instructions, say something like just turning on the light. So void means something like turning on the light, whereas there is no return value, but it just follows a certain instructions. The next is setup. Now setup is the keyword where you're telling the computer to read a particular instruction only once. Over here generally we give the output, what we have, which pin we have used in the Arduino, we mentioned that. So for this project we have used pin number 13, so we shall mention the same. So for this we will say pin mode. Now it is important to remember that M is in caps. For the computer, the small letter and the capital letter are very different. And then we say output, again everything in caps, and then a semicolon. So pin mode, you're saying that which pin you're using 13, and then it is the output. So LED is your output, so I will say output. Semicolon is like your full stop in your English, where you're saying that okay, this line of code ends here. Now let's come to the void loop. Here I will mention the codes that has to run in a loop. So first, digital write, that means I'm saying what it has to do. 13 is my power supply, and I want it at high, which means that I want it glowing at the beginning. Then it has to wait for 1 second. So I will use the keyword delay, and I will give 1000, which is nothing but 1 second. So here we cannot give 1 second, we always code it in terms of milliseconds. And then again we write digital write, because it has to go low, that means off. So I will say low, semicolon again, and again I need to, sorry, this is digital, and then again I need to delay it for 1000. So this is the code that we write for the blinking LED. I hope this video was useful and you've understood the circuit as well as the code part. I'll see you soon in the next video.